Hello, and welcome back to Game Domain. In today's video, we will be discussing some fairly recent news. The news that Nintendo is already in the development stage of a new Legend of Zelda game. Yep, you heard that right, another Zelda game. Nintendo has somewhat recently given fans the knowledge that another Zelda game is currently in development. While many fans are surprised as Breath of the Wild was released just last March, we at Game Domain have realized why Nintendo is wasting no time in releasing a Switch sequel to the game that is now being considered as one of the greatest games of all time. Now let's get into the video and see what it is that we could see and should expect in the new Legend of Zelda game. While the Legend of Zelda games all take place in different timelines, we fans should expect that the upcoming game is gonna be a direct sequel of The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. After Link defeats Ganon and restores peace to Hyrule as in every Zelda game, we could also see Ganon return to Hyrule once again to cause havoc and ruin the peace that lay over the land. The game could start with Hyrule in a deep state of peace, thanks to the heroicism of Link and the four guardian heroes of Hyrule, and then all of it being disrupted in a matter of seconds. Ganon could return in most likely a new form that we have never seen before, and bring back the demons that inhabited the land during Breath of the Wild. The only major bump in the road that Nintendo could face would be making the game too similar to Breath of the Wild. Although Breath of the Wild is one of the greatest games we will probably ever see, fans will not want every Zelda game to repeat the same thing that happened in Breath of the Wild. So, why not make Hyrule more water-heavy like in Wind Waker? A piratey-themed Zelda game on the Switch could truly be incredible, as they could create a beautiful-looking water-based adventure. But most of the rumors and words from top Zelda developers point towards the fact that the game will take place right after the events of Breath of the Wild and in the same rough layout of the Hyrule we saw in the last game. If this is completely true, then will there be enough change? And what about the graphics? Should we be afraid that the graphics will be the exact same cartoony and pristine look that we saw in Breath of the Wild? Now, what many people don't realize is that Breath of the Wild was also made with the Wii U in mind, meaning that the Nintendo might have held back on all of the graphical ideas they originally had in mind. And this new game would most likely be released in the summer or fall of 2019, meaning that Nintendo will be well over 2 years removed from the launch of the Nintendo Switch. With that being said, they will most likely have the Wii U completely out of their mind and will be able to use every single graphical power that they have available to them to good use. Fans would still love to see the cartoony and beautiful look of Link and Hyrule from Breath of the Wild, but an even more in-depth and advanced version of those graphics could be just that much better. Nintendo could also go down a completely different road and set the new game in a completely peaceful Hyrule with little conflict and a lot to explore. And then as the story went on, you would be introduced to all of the different species and other heroes that have guarded the land for years. And then, havoc would reach Hyrule. Maybe halfway through the game, conflict could arise, and now it is once again your job to defeat it. And in the end, Link doesn't have to even be obligated to defeat Ganon and his evil minions. Ganon could win this time around and leave Link trapped for years and only to be awoken during the next adventure, which would take place dozens of years later. But many of you are probably still wondering, why does Nintendo need to release another game so soon? And while we don't have a real answer, we can end the video with this. Zelda is hyped up right now, and it's hyped up a lot. Breath of the Wild sales are still going up and fans are wanting more content every single day. Nintendo giving fans a new Zelda game is going to increase the Zelda fandom and hype more and more and give fans what it is that they've been wanting. So in the end, we can't wait to see what Nintendo has in store for us or the next Hyrule adventure. So what do you think of the video? Are you excited that another Zelda game is in development? What do you expect to see in the new game? Tell us in the comments below, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. We at Game Domain also invite our subscribers to go and check out our new channel that we've launched recently, Game Domain News. We will leave the channel's link in the description and go subscribe for the best gaming news out there. Because if it wasn't for our amazing fans, we would never be where we are. And as always, thank you for watching and supporting Game Domain.